Hello, everyone. Welcome back for big episode 31, Micah Piazza edition. How we doing? It is my honor to introduce my esteemed guest, a heartbroken Mets fan, just like I'm a heartbroken Blue Jays fan, even though his sorrow runs deeper than mine. The big one and only Evan Metzger. How we doing, Evan?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here, man.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've talked. A long time.
Long time.
You were as I was setting everything up, you were like, it's been like 4 or 5 years to catch up on. I was like, what? Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Since probably graduation.
Yeah. And you know, but you don't know, but a lot of people were like, where did Mario go? What happened to him? I kind of just like drifted away like a fart in the wind. I don't know. I was going through shit. Mental health is a real thing, man.
Yes, sir.
We cannot stress that enough.
Yes.
And yeah, man, I was going through some shit. Like, it's funny to look back on. Do you remember when they said if you don't go to rehearsal, you can't go to graduation?
Yeah.
Dude, they gave me like 100 chances. I don't want to say their name, but the assistant principal, like of each level, you know who. They were calling my mom. They were calling me.
Geez.
Dude, everyone's I had people I don't even talk to blowing up my phone. Why aren't you coming? Like, you have to be here. I'm like, dude, no. But yeah, enough about me. Because that was man. If
feels like a decade ago.
No, seriously. If that person met me today, he'd probably say, "Damn, you got a little big," but he'd also say, "Holy shit, you look happier than me." And that's
the important part.
That's the important part for sure. We're working on the weight part. We're getting there.
Hey, one step at a time.
Absolutely. So yeah, man. Everyone that, especially more my local support that knows who you are, big CT persona. Catch these people up on as to what you've been up to with your life since you graduated. How's life been?
Up and down for sure. I'm in grad school now, back at Springfield. I graduated in May at Springfield College with a exercise science degree.
Just about that. That's awesome. That's what's up. You want to be a gym teacher?
No, so I went a completely different route.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So I started freshman year as an athletic training major because I was initially drawn to that because I really liked that relationship between the trainer and the athletes.
Yeah.
And then when it got into like the bones breaking and the blood, I was like,
not for me, fam.
I'm not sure this is what I'm wanting to do. And then I moved into exercise science. So I'm still staying around sports. And then I know that I want to go to grad school, and I'm looking through like their catalog at Springfield because I want to stay at Springfield. Love that place.
Yep. Must be expensive though, no?
I think mommy helps out a little bit.
That's awesome.
And I found athletic counseling. And so it was, mental health counselors that worked with athletes, and different from sports psychology. So it's not like they're working with them to improve their game.
Yep.
They're working with them behind the scenes to work on their mental health. And
okay.
It's like, wow, this is perfect. So I applied to that program. I got waitlisted, but, through the help of some faculty, I was able to get into clinical mental health counseling, which is where I am now.
Wow.
So, like you said, mental health is super important to me. I'm looking to go into counseling, and I still want to work with athletes. I think that's a really big population that needs to get some help. I don't think they get enough attention, but keep my options open. I know I got some internships where I'm gonna have to go and work with kids or work with adults or be in a hospital, so just trying to keep my plate open and just kind of let whatever happens happen.
That's what's up. Good for you.
Yeah, thank
seriously,
you.
Dude. And why do you sound so much more well-spoken? Dude, like, what, you've been working on your vernacular? You've been working on your VFAs, man?
Wow, VFA.
I know. Throwback, right? Yeah,
I think it's,
time, maturity.
I think it's time, maturity. I think I've experienced so much more since, good and bad. I've experienced a lot since graduation.
Right.
So that just grows you as a person,
Yeah.
whether you want it or not. Like, life happens. Life is going to come at you hard.
Yeah.
And it grows you.
Dude, okay. He's not showing it yet, I swear, if it doesn't come out of you, I'm gonna lose my shit. No, this dude's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life, and I cannot stress that enough. And I will never stop sharing the story of the very first time I knew of Evan's existence. We were in middle school in an auditorium, don't remember what for, and this dude had a balloon. And yeah, you probably don't remember this, but you had this balloon, and all of a sudden, everyone's listening to the speaker and what they have to say, and all yours, oh no! The balloon goes all the way up and just pops, and I was fucking in tears. I was laughing so hard. Just imagine, like a teacher or a principal giving like a serious speech, or like
it's silent.
giving just silence.
It's silent, and
you just hear this kid, oh my god! And this balloon just goes up in the air and just dude, it was incredible.
I do vaguely remember that.
Yes.
So I have like some of my friends tell me, some of the things I did in middle school, high school, even like a couple years after high school. I'm like, no fucking way I did that.
Yeah.
Like, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I did that?
Yeah.
I was willing to do that. Apparently so.
You had a contagious personality.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think laughter and comedy and humor is the best medicine. And
100%.
And yeah, man, you put a lot of smiles on a lot of people's faces, I can tell you that.
I tried.
Yeah,
I really do.
Back in middle school, yeah, you put me out of so many things, man. You put me in a How I Met Your Mother. I've seen that like 6 times to this day.
So good.
You did the slap bet with me, slapped the shit out of me. I don't know if you remember that.
Wow.
Yeah, I slapped the shit out of me back in 8th grade. Miss Carl, shout out Miss Carl, the gum jar.
Oh man,
We got it out the mud there. Long time ago. And we won Olympic Day together.
Oh, dude, was that?
That was when
remember...
Miss Stewart was like, we placed first place in this, first place in that, first place in this, and we still somehow won.
I remember that like all throughout middle school when we had field day or Olympic Day.
Yep.
I always wanted to go on that geography, like the smarts. The only
spelling,
like,
or not the spelling bee. I know exactly
like
what you're talking about. I know exactly.
Right.
Yep.
And I never got it. Like all the book smart people always got chosen for that. And then like 8th grade, I finally got chosen for that.
I remember that.
Our team won. I was like, big flex, and I was like, damn straight.
Felt
Like
like
I should have been on this. Should have been on this team from the beginning. But that's the biggest memory I have from Olympic Day was that.
Yeah.
But those days, those were the good days.
And yeah, we used to hang out a ton. We played Skylanders. Do you remember that?
I loved Skylanders.
One of the great, and it doesn't get enough credit. One of the greatest games.
It really does.
Do you still have yours? Because I am so mad.
I think I've seen them like scattered around, but dude, so much money just tossed right into the.
Oh, absolutely.
It's such a smart business. Like,
yes,
to target like kids like that.
It's incredible.
Where they have to ask their parents for money, but they keep coming out like yearly.
Yeah.
With new figures, new games. I was like, this is the coolest thing in the world. I loved Skylanders.
You know what the craziest thing is that some of them are actually going for a lot, kind of like Pokemon cards, where you can sell them for. Dude, I gave away like all 40 of my Skylanders to some little shit.
So
just to be nice, and it's probably worth a ton of money.
So on the topic of like weird small markets.
Yep.
So I was going through some of my dad's stuff, and I had found 2 full bins of Mets memorabilia, baseball cards, football, hockey, in like an extraordinary amount. And so I'm looking through them, and I'm finding like cards from the 60s, 50s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and he's got them meticulously like organized in binders. And one of the binders is like Mets from the 90s, Mets from the 80s, and I was like, wow, like this is sick.
That's incredible.
And like I knew that there's like some cards that are probably worth some, so I got like this app on my phone that like scans it, searches through a database, and gives me like a rough value. I scanned like 55 cards, and I'm already up to like $750. And it's like
50 out of how many would you think?
Dude, thousands. Like actually thousands.
That's incredible.
So that's been like really cool to look through. I have like a 1 of 100 signed Mike Piazza card. I'm like, I tried looking at it. I couldn't even find a value for it because no one's selling it. So I've got a buddy from mine that his cousin is like big into this like card scene.
The grading thing?
Yeah. So he says, because I know that if I could just go to a card shop, I'm going to get gypped. There's gonna be,
Yeah.
they're gonna screw me over. They're gonna be like, oh, this card,
What's like $100?
yeah, it's like 50 cents,
Yeah.
and then it's like they resell it for $1,000, and I'm like, I don't want that. Like, I think I can actually get some decent money out of this.
In that case, though, do you think you would actually sell them or just hold on to them for your kids, type of thing, or
Some of
future generations?
some of the stuff I'll keep. There's been some cool stuff. So for any of the viewers that don't know, my dad passed away a little over 2 months ago. So that's kind of been a difficult road to navigate, but like having this to look through has been like really awesome. I have this necklace of his, like this kind of purple turtle that kind of just keeps me close to him. And yeah, there's been a lot of pictures that I haven't seen of my dad when he was younger. I saw some pictures today even where he looked like me. And like, the dad that I know, I never really thought I had a resemblance to him, but then I saw some younger pictures of him and I was like, okay, like, wow, I looked like my dad a little bit, and kind of hit home a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
Speaking of that, and once again, I cannot express how sorry I am. It's just such an unfortunate situation.
Appreciate that.
I somewhat know what that's like because my stepfather passed away back in I think it was junior or sophomore year of high school. Honestly, it's been so long.
Right.
But everyone goes through their own ways to grieve, and what you post on your Instagram, that speech, that little story you shared, the words that you shared, unreal, straight from the heart, like that. Like, no, I saw that, dude. I was gutted, and I obviously I know that you and your family are still going through some things, and you guys will get through it.
Yeah.
But dude, like that, I don't think you understand how many people that you probably helped, even if it was just a small thing, just to say, damn, you know what, like maybe I should check up on people. It's so unfortunate whenever we just need that wake-up call, and how it has to come to just, and these such random and inconvenient times where it just sucks. Like when Kobe passed away, when that happened, like it just shocked the world.
Yeah.
And everyone just hugged their loved ones, because you never know.
You never.
You guys never ever take anything for granted. When mom, dad, your brother, sister, cousin, whoever, best friend, they go to work, man, just say, hey, man, like, low love you, low something, just because you never know. Nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, how have you been dealing with that, or dealing with that?
So I mean, I appreciate you with the post, because I remember before I posted that, I just wasn't sure, because I know that in the past, other people, when their loved ones have passed away, they'll post on Instagram or whatever, and it's always heartbreaking to see that. You never want someone to go through that.
Terrible.
But before I'm doing it, I'm just kind of thinking, like, I don't want people to think I'm just doing this for attention. I don't know, because this is a pretty crazy world we live in. I don't want anyone to think I'm just doing this to like show people, hey, like my dad just passed away, give me attention. But then
it's so sad that we have to think about it that way.
I know.
It's so ridiculous.
But I posted that, and then just like truly like a weight off my shoulders. I was like, like, wow, like I got my heart out there. Really things that like I sometimes read it again, because it did come straight from the heart.
It was incredible. I really mean that, because me, when my grandparents passed away, God rest their soul, I didn't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Words can't even describe how much you care for certain people, and I had to leave it at heart and just leave it there, because my grandparents, I'm indebted to them. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen them. I got ink for my grandmother. I got one for my grandfather. I know me and you back in the day, we used to always have debates or really in deep conversations about like what happens when we die, or the afterlife type situation. Yeah. For me, I've settled on the whole idea of God in heaven, even though I'm open-minded, man. If I come back as a fucking rabbit, who gives a fuck? Like, know.
Who knows, man?
I'm open-minded, whatever. If I turn into a speck of dust, whatever. We could get into that at some point.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so where are you at today, given it's been a couple months now?
It just kind of, it's day by day. It really is.
That's how you have to treat it.
I'm going to counseling at school, which has been fantastic. Like,
Good.
I highly recommend go to counseling. it's just a space where you can be with someone who is completely in your corner, like,
And does not judge.
it's just
Yep.
the safest place, and I just is the best way for me to get out, how I'm feeling. But, like a couple weeks ago, that was a tough week, and then the week after that, I was doing a little better, and then, the toughest things are just kind of the daily reminders, some of the small things that, and, some days I'll see it, and it's like a happy memory, and some days it's not. And, initially, when he passed away, the toughest thing was Mets games. Like, that was our biggest connection, was our love for the Mets. And I mean, he's the one that really got me into this team. So like watching each game was like tough, because I'm like, oh, I just want to text him. I just want to be like, oh shit, did you just see like Alonso, or did you just see DeGrom just absolutely wipe out that lineup? Or
Yeah.
But I know he's watching. I know that he's screaming at the freaking TV.
Oh man.
But it's grief's a journey. I think what my counselor said that really like resonated with me is that society doesn't allow us to sit with our grief. They kind of just tell us to like say you're okay and just like move on and just like you'll be all right and just keep going by daily.
Yeah.
And she said that to me, and I was like, whoa, like I don't know if I have been sitting with it enough to like understand that
Exactly.
I'm 22 and I just lost my father, so I'm going through that self journey of trying to navigate that. But
Absolutely.
I've got a great support system at home. My mom's my rock. At school, I got great friends, coaches, staff. I'm surrounded and by great people. So
Absolutely.
even when I'm feeling lonely, it's I know I've got those people. I mean, we haven't talked since high school, but I know that just you as a person, if I ever need you, like I can reach out to you. I know you would, give me, your honest, conversation and genuineness.
I completely agree. I can, yeah. Let me share with you a story since we haven't talked in a minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you always seem like, whether it was middle school, high school, there's some people where they could just put on a face and you have no idea if they're going through something.
Yeah.
They're genuinely just happy and you're like, what the shit? Like, what is he drinking? Like, how is he sipping on this this happy stuff? And there was just a part of me in high school, man, just looking back, because it's been, we got you in 2018.
Yeah. 5 years.
Unreal. So, yeah, we're old as shit. Yeah. I know. But, so, it always felt like for me, always throughout school, that I was either a step behind everybody, there was something that just wasn't clicking, there was just something missing, and, it just, the whole college fair thing, oh, you have to go to college, and then you get a job, and then you get married, and the way they structured it to me was, it didn't even feel like life. It just felt like, here's what you're doing, just the ultimate chores, and you're gonna die in debt.
Just like going through the motions. Like
yes, whether it was for football, and that wasn't fun because we fucking sucked, and you know that. We had a terrible locker room, so that didn't uplift me or anything aside from losing weight. And at the time when I did lose weight, it never felt like I did, because I didn't have those people saying, dude, you look good. Yeah. Get those, for those listening, watching me, get people in your corner that they say, hey, like, you look good, like you're the man. People that tell you the things you want to hear. I mean, obviously sometimes the truth does hurt and they got to put you in check, but they bring the best out of you.
If your homie's not telling you you're looking sexy today, then
for real.
No, like actually, like, that shit like actually feels good.
No, it matters. Yeah, that shit matters. All my homies fly.
One of my friends
absolutely
texted me asking me if I wanted to go to dinner. I had other plans and I couldn't. Yes. But I was like, dude, thank you for like the the invite. And he's like, anything for you, baby. And I was like, like absolutely. That's just like homies being homies, but like that right there, like that's love. That's love. Yeah. For real.
I completely agree. I don't want to say I had a bad support system. I do think I had a pretty decent one, but my problem that was really the thing that led to my shortcoming, my downfall, I call it, is man, I was so insecure. I didn't know what insecurity was. I thought that anxiety was just normal. That learning about it, I know. Let me break it down for you. Yeah. So in school, this is before AirPods, all right? We're not that old, but like, all right, before AirPods. So I had my earbuds, right? I had one in and one that would loop over.
Right.
Some people did that just cause, or like,
It was the
one in
look.
But the thing for me was, I was so self-conscious about my weight and about not trying to look lame in front of other people that I thought I'd be breathing too loud while I'm listening to both and just tuning into the music. People are like, bro, look at this fat pig, like, breathing out loud. And I just, whatever's on the bus, no matter what, I just had to do that because just in case. I thought that was normal.
Right.
Just the little things, talking a certain way. For pictures, I could never take a good picture. My lips would always go like that because I would just be so uptight. I couldn't relax.
Yeah.
There was never a point to just relax, and everything just leading up to senior year, it was just one after another. Well, I was losing a family member. Something bad just happened to me, or I got rejected from a girl, or whatever the case was. It just one after another, and I just never really saw. I never really had the mindset of what is this teaching me? Mm-hmm. What is this moment trying to lead me towards? Instead of why me? Why am I being treated like this? The victim mentality, and it just came to a breaking point where senior year, where I had counselors when other people going to college, they have their whole lives figured out. Commitment day, everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm going to this college, I'm doing this, and everyone's like, Mario, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, am I supposed to have this all figured out? I remember, shout out to Josh Maines. Love that kid. Yeah. Back in our homeroom.
Wow.
He had a business card saying, I'm taking a gap year. I don't know if you remember that. He had a business card saying, I'm taking a gap year. I'm going to be doing this during the gap year, and that's okay. And that was incredible.
I really commend him. Like,
yeah, seriously.
From like freshman year, you know.
Such a good homeroom we had. 2-2-1. 2-2-1.
Lennon?
Yes.
Oh.
2-2-1.
Go. Like, from freshman year, like, he was... I always thought he was just so confident in himself, and I think of Josh Maines, I think of bow ties. Like,
absolutely
rocked a bow tie.
One of the flyest dudes we've ever gone to school with.
But yeah, no, I definitely looked up to him, and he had like some self confidence to him. That
absolutely,
I just appreciate it. I was like, wow, like, yeah.
So, yeah, dude, I had nothing figured out, and even to this day, I will never, ever, ever claim to be perfect. Ever. I can't stress that enough. I pay for college, or at least I try and luster everything, all of my might towards school. I have no idea what tomorrow holds in store for me. Believe me, I'm not a celebrity. I don't know if people ever think I'm a hot shot. Like, I'm not a narcissist, I promise you. And for the people, I'm just trying to do something that I enjoy and something I like. And I'm not going to act like it's easy. Like, this takes a lot of courage.
Oh, it's like a journey,
it does.
Dude. It's really
because lots of people, and I see this with everybody, I still think most of people are in our generation, I don't know why, treat their Instagram like Tinder. I don't know why that's a thing. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. Where they show nothing but the highlights, the sexiest photos of themselves and stuff. And man, just whatever happened to when we used to post like funny shit and cool shit?
Right.
Where did that go?
Remember iFunny?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best.
I don't know if you remember my old Instagram, the Mexican unicorn thing that I posted. Like, you might not remember that.
No, I don't.
I used to post like crazy shit, memes, everything.
Yeah.
All that nonsense, and we just maybe it was when we learned about puberty. As soon as that happened, we're like, oh nah, I gotta look good. Like, I need to worry about my shit. But yeah, man, the pink sheets and the forms for college and all this and that and this and that, and it just all came caving in on me. And I still remember to this day, I'm not going to say their name, there was a counselor on our floor, and they said, the odds of not going to college and taking a gap year, you will never go back to school. I don't encourage that. Just don't do that. It's not good. Dude, let me tell the people something real quick. The gap year was one of the greatest and most pivotal moments of my life that I am forever grateful for. If you feel rushed, whether you're in college, whether you're in high school and don't know what you want to do, whatever the case is, it is okay to take a break, depending on your financial situation. For me, I worked, I learned, I realized, fuck this, I'm tired of working. I got to find a career and something I enjoy, not a job.
Right.
The whole 5 days a week, 9 to 5 or whatever. I was like, dude, this is hell.
Yeah.
Because to have that for the rest of your life, it's such a scary thing. Yeah. Everyone's going, oh, I can't wait to get out of college and I get to work. I'm like, no, you don't.
No,
you really don't. I did it.
I really don't want to be an adult.
it's a scary life.
It is.
And that's why it sounds like you really enjoy what you're getting into, and that's what matters.
Right.
Because then it doesn't feel as much as of a job.
Right.
It feels like something you're meant to do.
Right.
And it's just kind of like a second nature thing. But yeah, man, I took my gap year. I went to therapy. There was a point in time where on day one, the therapist asked me, do you feel like you deserve to be happy? And I was like, holy shit. I mean, you don't got to hit me with that off the rip. Like,
Dude,
such an easy question.
they're so good.
But when you sit down and it's just you versus them, and they just ask the questions that absolutely make your brain just
now I'm
work in
learning
overdrive.
about it, and I'm like,
it's unreal.
I'm like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, seriously. Because it's like,
what are you-
I'm the one that's supposed to be doing that to you.
Right,
Whoa. It's like you're playing chess with somebody. It's
I just
insane.
had like one like 2 weeks ago with one of my doctors, and he's like, what was I? Oh, I like, had some trouble sleeping, and I couldn't like fall asleep. I go to bed at like 2 or 3 in the morning, like every night. And
even to this day?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't judge.
Yeah. But he's like, well, what are you thinking about? I was like, well, I got some work to do tomorrow. And he's like, well, are you gonna do it right now? I was like, well, I guess not. I'm in bed. He's like, well, then don't worry about it. I was like, and I was like, shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, they make you feel so dumb, but like in a good way.
No,
like
it's
they
a great
simplify
thing.
your brain.
It's a great
because
thing.
your brain is fucked up.
It really is. On day one, did they say, "Oh, your family"? Like, did they ask about your family tree and like this and that?
Yeah.
They break it down to a T. They ask you every last possible thing to figure out what exactly is wrong with you. And for me, it was anxiety, it was depression, with a little bit of a Salt Bay of bipolar. Like, man, I was like,
sprinkle that in.
Yeah, sprinkle that in there, and actually, I think the most of it was a chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that happen? Like, what the fuck kind of Dr. Doofenshmirtz shit is this? I was like, a chemical imbalance? What the hell are you talking about? And they were like, she was saying, oh, it could be vitamin D levels. And I was like, shit, I got no sunlight this summer. That could be a problem. Yeah, I was pale as shit. I mean, I know. Listen, I had my summer tan and everything. But, dude, I was pale. Yeah. It was really bad.
I mean, no, it's crazy. Like,
yeah.
You when you're kind of going down this road where, anxiety's creeping in, stress and all this, like, you're thinking it's you.
Yeah.
But in fact, like, it could really just be, like you said, a chemical imbalance that isn't your fault.
Yeah.
And it's just something that happens, and it's just like, my mom says it great. If you have high blood pressure, you take medication to fix that imbalance.
Yeah.
And if you have some chemical imbalance in your brain, like, there should be no stigma to taking medicines for that as well.
Absolutely.
It's just the same thing. You're just fixing that imbalance.
Yes.
Simple as that.
And it's funny because they prescribed me medicine, and I said, okay, I'll take it. And they said, if you don't like it or if you feel different, let us know. I remember the very one and only night I took the medicine. Maybe it was a placebo. It wasn't, but like in terms of my mental state, I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna make me better or whatever. And I just started going on an absolute tangent inside my head and a loop of like these negative thoughts. And I was like, man, maybe it is the medicine, maybe it's me. But I felt really bad that day.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not taking medicine again. I said, the fuck I am. I'm gonna fix this shit on my own. Yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but we're gonna get this shit turned the fuck around. And little by little by little, it just I became this thing that I never thought I could become. And it's funny because I'm sure I annoy the shit out of some of my friends. I love talking at times. I love listening more than speaking, but man, when I speak, I make sure my voice is heard and felt. And it just came to this point where it was, do I deserve to be happy?
Yeah.
Should I deserve the world? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just a complete day and night switch for me then to where I was now. And I just went through this whole process of becoming, in the aspect of life, I still think we're kids.
Really, we are.
If you talk to a 60-year-old man, he's going to call you a kid. He's going to call me a kid.
Right.
But technically, we're young men.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy how year by year, each day, honestly, you're not the same person as you were then. Yep. You learn something new. You find a new way to get better.
1% better.
It's an incredible thing. And looking back at it, and I'm sure you've seen posts like this or comparisons or seen the whole inner child thing. You owe it to, have you ever heard the whole inner
A
child
little
concept?
bit. Yeah.
So, from what I learned, I'm not going to act like I'm a fucking scientist or a teacher, but the whole inner child concept is, remember that version of you when you were like 5 or 6 and you were absolutely hopeful, shoot for the stars, you want to achieve your dreams.
Easy. Yeah.
Life seemed like there was no care in the world, to where you are now. You've been probably washed with a lot of school talk and told, oh, you have to follow the crowd and society's path and standard. You have to be married by fucking 30 with kids and have debts and taxes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But always take time and make sure that you honor that kid that was hopeful, and make sure that you keep that positive light going and that hope factor.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you think about it, that little kid, if you met him today, he would look up to you like an older brother.
Right.
And that's a really crazy thing.
Yeah.
On my last birthday, when I turned 21, I remember I put out my story of like me when I was a baby, and I said like, I'm still going for us, kid. Like, we got this.
Yeah.
And I think that's how everybody has to kind of think about it, because, man, as far as we know, we only get this one life, and the story is still writing itself.
Yep.
We don't know where it's going.
It's hard to put yourself first.
Absolutely.
And I'm still trying to get there. And like,
absolutely.
And like, even today, like, you know, I'm like super busy this month. I've got, you know, volleyball with up at Springfield. I've got grad classes that I'm trying to figure out. Other plans, but you know, we tried to get this going, and we tried to go last week, but you know, I had classes or whatever, and then like yesterday came, and I was like, oh, like I overcommitted to too many things, and you know, I like had to like kind of take a step back and like, what do I want to do? And it's like, this, like, I want to be here, like I want to have this conversation, like this is something I really want to look forward to, even though I wish I could be at all these places at once. Like, I have to do what I want, no matter, you know, how these other people feel about me missing out on like whatever it is. Yeah. Because, you know, in the end, they'll understand. Like, they're gonna get over it. Like, you know, but you just got to do what, you know, what you want to do.
Right. And yeah, man, like I said, during that gap year, it came to that point where I said, man, I got to figure this career thing out. So I put all my eggs in one basket, and I was late for the deadline. As a matter of fact, no idea how they let me in, but honestly, they probably just wanted my money. But yeah, put all my eggs in one basket. CCSU, convenient for me. 10 minutes by the high school, not even. Yeah, that's where we're going. And the thing, I had the person on. So shout out to Gavin. I've had him on before. Really good friend of mine to this day. He asked me one time during the it was early 2019. And he said, dude, there's this little comedy acting show. Want to go check it out? No idea what compelled me to say yes, because I, even to this day, say no to a lot of shit. Yeah. I said, let's go. And I saw this student-led skit, Key and Peele, Dave Chappelle show type deal. Yeah. And I had an absolute blast. Yeah. And I felt like I belonged to that community. And it was an unreal experience. It was awesome. Just like a light bulb switch. Just seeing people be themselves. I was like, man, I feel so at home right now. Right. And I said, Mom, I want to go here. We figured out everything together and did everything we could to get an essential. Here we are in year 4. We graduate next fall, as far as we know. Communication major. There you go. Still no idea what I want to do. But, hey, day by day, like we've said. That's all right. And, yeah, that's pretty much the majority as to what I've been up to. Mm-hmm. But let's dive into the past a little bit with you. Yeah. So, we're going to bring up one of your niches, okay? Okay. You were a part of one of the greatest dynasties. Oh, man. In Connecticut sports, maybe most states' sports history.
It's pretty good.
I had somebody on campus who's in one of my classes say, oh, yeah, I used to play volleyball, and there was this one team, and they beat us in the playoffs, and I was like, oh, who was it? And he goes, Newington. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, I'm from Newington. He goes, fuck you guys. I was like, bro. That wasn't me. My team sucked. We were ass. That was all them. I said, but I know some people that play for that team, man. I had Kevin Bilbrough, who you played with. Really great had him on the pod. And yeah, dude, you played with some monsters. But
I mean,
how many rings did you want to break down the accolades?
Yeah.
That entire is that?
I'm a little.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, you can talk your shit. Go ahead.
I'm a little salty. I did not really get along with our coach. Like, I think he just picked favorites, and like, I was a little undersized, not the most athletic, but I understood the very like fundamental skills like passing, setting, serving, hitting. Even though I couldn't jump over the net and really hit down a ball, I knew I could do it.
Yeah.
But freshman year, I was, to my own horn, I was the best freshman that tried out. I had played club like 1 year prior, so I was already kind of getting practice in. And we won states my freshman year.
Was that when it started? That was when it started, or was it started before
Then there was
that?
a gap in between.
Okay.
So we won a ring my freshman year. Still salty I wasn't called up because I would have gotten a ring.
Yeah.
I was on JV, and then sophomore year we lost in the semis, and then junior year I was starting setter, and that was a good finals because we came back from down 2 sets to reverse sweep them in the finals. Like, most cringe, most embarrassing thing I may have ever done is we won that game, and like I'm like before game point, before we were about to win, I'm like, all right, what are we gonna do? What are we going to do when we win? Are we going to dogpile here? Are we going to like jump on this person?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we're going to dogpile in the middle of the court. That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Set my outside, gets the kill. I slide into the middle of the court and just like expecting a dogpile. And everyone else just goes to the end of the court and is like jumping up and down in a circle instead.
You're just laying there,
and I'm like for half a second, I am just like, there's a video of it. Please don't look it up. Of me just like laying on the ground there after we won, and it's just. But
no, that's incredible.
It's so embarrassing. And even some of the guys at school, like I've kind of told them about it, and they laugh about it. But again,
that's awesome.
It's good.
You won. You can celebrate however you want.
Right. So we won that year. Then we had someone come in who just jumped a little higher than me, had some, was a little more athletic than me, so he took my setting spot, which kind of sucked. But, I still got in, played some defense, played my role, and we won it again. And so I was pretty sick. And then the year after that, so after we graduated, my boys went on and won 3 years in a row. And I think it really could have been 4, but then I think it was COVID.
Yeah,
it was 19 and then 2020.
Yep.
But we had 3. Some of my guys have 3 rings, which is, it's high school sports. It's Connecticut volleyball, and granted, I'm a manager at Springfield, which is, I'm a little biased, but the best D3 volleyball program in the country.
Okay.
They have 11 national championships.
Oh my God.
Our head coach, Coach Sullivan, the GOAT. Love that guy. He's like a second father to me, really.
Wow.
He just coached the U19 nationals team in Guatemala and won gold against teams that have been competing and like training together for months. And they brought these kids in together to make a team for 2 weeks. They practice, and he won gold with that team. And they lost 1 set. So he's like great. He has a bronze medal in the Olympics. Like, legit knows his shit.
For
so
sure.
like, when I came to this, it was kind of like a culture shock. I mean, Long Island, New York is like a hot spot for volleyball. California, Midwest, like St. Louis, Chicago area, like these are areas that like I knew California, like obviously.
Yeah.
There's going to be volleyball, just studs coming out from there. But kids from all across the country coming here to play volleyball, so that's been really cool.
That's dope. That's sick.
That was definitely a big reason why I wanted to go back to. That's like a family to me, like that team. Those coaches, Coach Sullivan, right now Coach Steve, like just a second home. And then, so last year we lost in the finals of the national championship in Wisconsin.
Bunch of cheeseheads over there. Huh?
I know.
Damn.
I know. So we had everything going for us. We had 1 loss all year. It was a bad loss against LaSalle, who's like, unranked. But it was one of those games where they just played better than us. They were scrappy. They did everything right, and we did everything wrong.
Yep.
And they completely deserved that win. And that was like our wake-up call.
Mm-hmm.
And for the rest of the year, we played great, made it to, the postseason, made it to the Final Four. And this was like the first year, in all 4 years of going there that we were able to make the Final Four. After when 2018 was the last time we've won a national championship. So, when I came in as a freshman, like, there's like high expectation, high standards of this program, still are, that we are like a top-notch program. So
absolutely.
So it took us until like my senior year to like go to a national championship, and that was such a cool experience. Like flying to Chicago, then taking a bus to Wisconsin, like just with my boys, like, and my coaches, just like experiencing this all for the first time. We won semifinals against Stevens Tech, swept them. That was good. And then we were facing Carthage in the finals, and it was being hosted at Carthage.
Oh, shit.
So we're in enemy territory.
Oh, man.
And this team's, like, good. And, like, before our season even started in the fall, our coaches were scouting this Carthage team because we knew that this was probably going to be the team we saw.
That's something out of a documentary. That's
I know.
Sick.
And so the night before, and a lot of what I did is I, take stats, I watch the video, and I code a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
So after we won the semifinals, we are in, I don't know, it's got to be like a Holiday Inn or something. And we were in the lobby, and we're starting to scout with me and all the coaches, trying to like figure out how we can game plan this team. It like gets too loud in the lobby, so we go and take like a table and we bring it into the hotel gym, and we're just working in the gym because the lobby was too loud. And I mean, we're working till like 1 in the morning, and then next day is game day, and lost in 4 sets. Crowd was electric, like packed house. They're like on top of you.
It's moments you live for, though.
No, it really is. And like I look back at it and like, yeah, the result sucks, but like what I take away from that is that experience. Like I'm getting chills right now. Like it's so.
I am too, dude. I can picture
so
it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And now coming into this year, like I didn't really feel like I was done with this team. I didn't feel like I was done with my education. Like, there was more. I wanted to do something else. Like exercise science was what I wanted to do, so I had volleyball. And I found counseling, and then I was able to do both at the same time. So
that's sick.
So I'm really happy about that. So now this year, we've got 25 guys right now. 18 of them are freshmen and sophomores.
Young crowd,
and it is fun to be in this gym with these boys. They are just coming in hungry. Like it's totally different than the culture we had last year.
Yeah.
So that's been a lot of fun.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
And dude, honestly, you saying that's like maybe you remember, maybe you don't. Diehard Bengals fan. And that Cinderella run we had all the way to the Super Bowl. Obviously not the result I wanted.
Yeah.
Moment I'll never forget. Yeah. I went through years of torture, bullying, harassment from everyone.
I commend you. I saw they were in the Super Bowl, and I was so happy for you, man. Yeah. I really was, because I'm watching these Bengals, and I was like,
so many people calling me, texting me. Like I was like, I don't even know, like the second coming of something, and they were like, "Dude, I can't believe you guys did it! Like this is unreal." Like I was Rudy or some shit. There you go. And dude, I was sitting right in this chair for every game, glass of wine in my hand, saying, "I'm gonna enjoy the show. Whatever happens, happens." And after every game, I would say, "We're on to the next one, on to the next one." And we beat the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, like the greatest things in sliced bread, and. We beat them twice in the same season, which people are sweating. Defensive grown-ass men are sweating, figuring out how to beat these guys. And we beat them twice in the same season, down 21-3 at halftime. I will never know how the hell we didn't even belong in that conversation before the season. My expectations were playoffs because Joe Shiesty's that guy. He's him. But, dude.
Yeah. I got Jamar Chase on my fantasy team.
Listen, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
No.
He's still Jamar Chase.
He's great.
Yeah.
But the thing is, dude, if you actually watch the games, the entire defense is shifted to where he is. It's actually sickening.
Burrow just doesn't have that much time in the pocket.
Well,
at least in the first couple games that I watched.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
The blocking's been tremendous compared to what he's had since, honestly, college, and even then his O-line wasn't the best. Dude, he's had all day to throw.
He's so much fun to watch.
He's awesome.
The Bengals in general are fun to watch.
Yeah, he's awesome. But, dude, I don't know if it's a scheme or whatever, but, like, offensive coordinators got to, like, figure it out. Like, that's their job. You got teams like the Seahawks and who are just balling the fuck out when they're projected to be the worst team in football. And if you ask me, they're playing better than us. So what does that tell you? I don't know. But whatever, this season, that was an incredible run. I had people texting me, celebrating, people coming over here, watching the game on the TV. I'm just absolutely hysterical. Well, that's not a word.
Hysterical?
What? Hysterical? Yeah? Sound right?
I know
I'm
what you
absolutely
mean.
just, it feels like I'm
Yeah.
on cloud nine,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was incredible. Words can't describe it, especially when, obviously, where we're from, mostly Patriots fans, and like a bunch of other shit. All shitty ass teams I hate because I was bullied and punched down on us.
Yeah.
And while their teams are at home in Cancun and their ass is watching my team, I'm like, well, it's an out, man. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
So that was an experience I'll never forget, and I hope we'll be back. It's hard to hate the Rams because Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, that team kind of felt like the team of destiny.
Bro, Donald's insane.
Unreal. There's a picture of me in high school.
Yeah.
And I had like a shadow cast over my forehead.
Yeah.
I look just like him. I'm
sick.
sorry. Like, I don't
No,
mean to toot my
sick.
own horn. Like, yeah, dude, I show my friends all the time. Like,
No.
dude, I was him. Nah, even though I was
I like totally have always respected you for your Bengals love. Like, you know,
just like the Mets.
like growing up, like I never had like a diehard team until like maybe I was, Mets went to the World Series in 15, lost there, and like I watched it with my dad, but it like I was kind of watching it because my dad was watching it.
Yeah.
But like 16, 17, I got really
Then you finally get
into
invested,
it.
and it's
I was
more
like,
than just a game.
no, dude.
Yeah.
And like to have this team that you are just die hard, like I don't give a shit about any other fucking team.
Yeah.
The New York Mets are my team. Your team sucks.
Yes.
And this is my team. It's
Yes.
like this awesome feeling, like to have
incredible.
this diehard team. And I'm trying to freaking Mets lost in the fucking wild card. We'll get into that because I got many words for that.
Yes.
But I mean now I'm trying to get into hockey.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. Well, baseball's over, so I watch football. I have fantasy.
Who's your football? Are you still undecided?
Yeah, I don't really
Dude.
have one. I think if I were to choose,
I got jerseys.
I think if I were to choose, I think I'd go Jets because it's kind of like
Jets.
it's kind of like a lovable losers kind of team. Same thing like the Mets have been for the past couple of years, except for this year, except for their ending. So if I had to choose, I'm starting to get
All
into
New York,
it.
everything. I respect that.
Like Garrett Wilson, he's been cool to watch. I mean, Zach Wilson, fucking moms all day. I mean, kind of sick.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm gonna try and become.
I respect that. You can join Joseph. Josephi. Shout out Josephi. Had him on previously. He's getting into the Jets. He's a
like
Jets fan.
And Giants. If I were to choose one, I'd go Jets. But like I respect the Giants. 4-1.
Go Jets. Go against the grain.
Yeah. I'm
It's
going
so
Jets.
different.
But like go Giants.
Go Giants.
4-1.
New York
Respect.
love. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Mets fan, it's like Jets rooting for the. I mean, it's like Mets rooting for the Yankees. I mean, are you rooting for New York?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, no.
I would have to choose one.
They're the ops.
Right.
Come on.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Yes. I'm sure you probably, dude. Did you see my? No. That was against the Mariners. Because when the Astros hit that walk off yesterday, I was like, good. Fuck the man. We can talk about that too. But you understand what it's like to be a diehard. It's different.
Let's get into it.
Yes.
I gotta.
Yes. Go. Hey, the floor is yours.
Let me get on my soapbox real fucking quick.
Dude, the floor is yours.
Season starts off hot. June 1st, the Mets are 10.5 games above the Braves.
That's a big lead for people that don't understand baseball.
Crazy. Huge lead. Mets are killing it, and they don't even have the best pitcher in baseball, Jacob deGrom. And they are
the GOAT.
And they are playing so well. Our GM, Billy Epler, brought in some great people, Starling Marte, Canna, Bassett, just like small, like they weren't blockbuster trades.
They rounded the roster out perfectly.
They just completed the team.
Yes.
And now they're just playing so good. And then we get to September when it matters most. And in like the final 3 weeks, they play like 4 or 5 series against sub 500 teams. We're talking Pirates, Cubs, Reds, and then like the Cubs again, and we went 6-8 against them. I'll let that silence sit in real quick. 6-8, and we're like on pace to get 100 wins, which we've done 4 times 3 times at that point in our franchise.
Yep.
We're really good. Not playing like it. And then we get to 2 weeks ago at this point, the Braves series in Atlanta, second to last series. I mean, I had that from the start of the season. I had that circled. Like, that is going to decide the division. I mean, Braves are defending champs.
Yep.
And yet they are still better than they were last year. And I fucking hate to say that.
Because they didn't even have Acuna.
They didn't have Acuna.
He's a dog.
Roof.
Yeah.
Dude, and now they're signing them for years. Michael Harris, Acuna, Strider this year. Just
They somehow
they
lost Freddie Freeman and they're better than they were.
I don't get it.
How does that work?
I don't get it.
I don't know.
I mean,
and I just got into baseball and I'm saying shit like I know it.
And so we just come into this series. I mean, we just shaky beforehand. We come into it, but like Mets know, like this is playoff baseball right here.
Yes.
First game, we lose. Fuck. Second game, all right, it's all right. We just need one win because going into it, if we swept them, we clinch the division. If we won 2,
and you want to explain to the people what happens when you clinch the division?
So
explain how the situation is better than what the Mets were in. Okay.
So baseball just made a new playoffs format. Yes. So expanded it, let more teams in. So no matter who won the NL East was going to have the second best record in the National League. So whoever won the division,
the Dodgers, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Really freaking good.
Unreal.
Top to bottom. Whoever won this division was getting the second place. Second
seed.
Second seed. There we go. That's the word. And they get a bye. And if you lost, you'd be the 4th seed. And you'd have to play a best-of-3 wild card game.
And anything goes at that point.
Anything goes. And so 3 wins, they clinch. 2 wins, they leave that series with a 1-game magic number. They just need to win 1 game, and they clinch, or the Braves need to lose 1 game, and they clinch. Win 1 game, then they win the season-long series, 10 games to 9 games, and wins losses. And whoever wins that record that's the tiebreaker. So if they were to finish with the same record, that would decide who won the division.
Okay.
We get swept. Literally the worst possible option. 1 win is all we needed.
Yep.
Just 1.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it done. We go into, at that point I've just we lost the division. We really did. At that point, the Braves are not going to get swept by the Marlins.
The TikToks. Listen, I know people hated TikTok. The algorithms that go my way on TikTok, the funniest fucking videos that I be seeing on my TikTok feed, they make my day.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
It's all Mets.
It was all Mets.
Yeah.
And as much as it sucked, they were so funny. They were so good.
Deserved every ounce of it.
Yeah.
And so
poor Keith.
Hernandez, I love Keith, bro, and he fucking
the mustache.
Oh,
he's awesome.
Great stash.
Yeah, dude, he's
I think if I was gonna get if I'm gonna get a Mets jersey, I think I want like this. So this has no one on the back. It's just a retro. It's sick.
Yeah.
I'd get like a Keith or a Brandon Nimmo, who's kind of just like a gritty guy who works at bats, and
Absolutely.
I love. He takes a 4-pitch walk, and instead of walking down, he sprints.
I saw that.
It's something new. You don't see it. It's fresh.
Yeah.
It's something. It just shows his character.
Yeah.
So we lose the division. We go in, and now we're playing the Padres,
who don't have Tatis.
I think they had about 89 or 90 wins to finish the season, and we had lost 4 out of 6 games to them. And
was this and how many of them included Juan Soto?
Maybe none.
Shit.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So let's add this generational
and no
talent.
Because Tatis was injured all year before the suspension.
Then suspended. So
yeah.
Wow. And he's so exciting to watch. It really sucked to see that he.
And he was a part of that team that beat the Mets in 2015. No.
No. Tatis?
Or when didn't the National
It was the Royals versus the Mets in 2015.
When did who did the Nationals beat when he was there to win the World Series? Was it that?
They beat the Astros.
Okay. Yep,
and that Nationals run was like
that Shea Turner and Schwarber, I think.
Schwarber, Scherzer, like they had a great team, and in 3 years
became one of the worst.
They just sold their team. It's like, bro, like if I'm a Nationals fan, I'm pissed.
Terrible.
Like that GM needs to get fired. Like
terrible.
Just terrible.
Okay.
So,
You're going against the Padres.
Going against the Padres, and Yu Darvish is going to be game 1 pitcher, and Yu Darvish has the Mets number. Like, in the 2 games that he pitched against the Mets this season, it was like a .43 ERA.
Oh my god!
Like, had our number.
Jeez.
And so, but we're good. We finished with 101 wins, second best record ever in our franchise.
Playing like one of the best teams in baseball, aside from the slump.
Right. 100. Like, all right. Just gotta move past losing the division. You just gotta win this series. We play the Dodgers, which is gonna be hard, but I think we could do it.
Yep.
Game 1, we get cooked. We get absolutely rocked.
This is true.
Max Scherzer comes out throwing absolute fucking schmeat balls down the fucking plate.
Fucked.
Gives up 4 home runs and 7 earned runs. His worst postseason outing ever? Yeah. And he does it for the Mets? The Mets, bro. And it's like...
Oh, my God.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. So, and initially going into the season, or into the series, we weren't sure how we were going to get DeGrom in there, because he's our ace.
Yeah.
He's our trump card.
Yep.
So put Scherzer first. If we win that, we can put Bassett second. Win that game, we can save DeGrom for game 1 against the Dodgers. Perfect. Didn't work out that way.
No.
So we had to pitch him game 2. Didn't have his best stuff, but he stuffed it down their throats, and we still won that game. We were real gritty.
Yes.
We won that like 7-2.
On to game
awesome.
3.
I'm watching that. I was like, this is much better to watch.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm like, and like everyone around me at school knows how like into this I'm watching. I'm like having, aunts and uncles and cousins texting me, being like,
it's different.
I'm like
when
watching.
Diehard. They know.
And like I kind of love it, like having this identity.
Yes.
It's an awesome identity to
Yes.
have. And then here comes game 3. Joe Musgrove versus Chris Bassett. Joe Musgrove gave up 1 run in his last 5 starts. Terrible. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
But like, you can't think that way. I
Yes.
can't. I literally,
No,
I
can't.
cannot even think about the possibility of losing in the first round.
Dude.
And so I go into it. I remember that day I was like, I'm pretty confident. I think we got this. We won 1 game. We got that out of the way. We just need to win 1 more. It's fine. We're at home.
Yeah.
Joe Musgrove pitches 7 innings, gives up 1 hit, no earned runs, and they beat us. I don't even remember the fucking score.
That's a lot too little.
A lot too little.
And they accused him of... Mets tried to accuse him of cheating, too.
And
see if he was hiding some stuff.
really, maybe I don't think it was. I saw Andrew McCutcheon tweeted it might be red hot. Sounded pretty believable. Why wouldn't they keep you locked in?
Yeah.
His spin rate's up. He's amped, dude. It's game 3, winner take all.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's throwing a little harder than he usually is throwing. That's why his velocity and his spin rate's up.
Yep.
I get why Buck's doing it. I get why Showalter is, doing it. You gotta maybe throw off his rhythm, anything. Didn't work. It was pitiful. One of my friends from school was at that game, and I could not imagine the pain he had watching it live. God. But disgrace, pitiful.
Lay it all on him.
Just terrible, stupid, fucking awful. Just so bad.
Unfortunate.
So very bad.
Yes.
And, this year of baseball, just meant so much to me with my dad passing and how well they're doing. Like, I watched, like,
it feels like a waste of time.
Yeah.
And all that for that.
162 games, which is a lot. And, if you're not a baseball fan, you're like, why is that too many? I love it. Because it's like, for, like, every day there's a game on, there's something to watch. And, I'm a diehard fan, but it's baseball. I'm not watching every pitch for pitch, every single game, 162 games.
Yeah.
I got it on in the background. I'm watching the score, but, like, I watched, like, 85, 90% of the season.
Incredible.
I was into it this
Dialed
year.
in, locked in.
And I know, every pitcher, every positional player, our farm system, our first and third base coach, our pitching coach, hitting coach. I got so into it this year.
And they let you down.
They let me down.
They failed you.
They failed me. They failed all the Mets fans of like, ugh.
I have a friend who's a Yankees fan, and before that Braves series, maybe even a couple weeks before that, honestly, he had no reason to be mad, and just he was chirping for no reason.
Right.
I have no idea why he started chirping, but I just remember he was going, the Mets are gonna Met. I was like, dude, what does that even mean? He was going, the Mets are gonna Met. You guys are gonna choke it. You guys are gonna lose the 1 seed, go to the wild card, and choke. Why? Because the Mets are gonna Met. He was so heated because he's a Yankees fan, and I don't know what got involved. Because I think maybe this other dude who's a Mets fan was saying how Aaron Judge is the only thing the Yankees have, and like without him they'd suck or whatever. And this dude's going in on the Mets. Mets are gonna Met. The Mets always Met. Why? Because they're just the Mets. I never heard Mets used so many times in a freaking.
And this was the year that us Mets fans were going to push back on that.
Yes, no, this was the year.
We are different than those past years, those collapses, those terrible teams that had, or those great teams that had talent but couldn't perform. This was the year.
Yes.
And here they come in the final 3 weeks of the season and collapse. It was a collapse.
Yes.
And they did what they always have been doing, and they failed us fans.
So bad.
Now I got to wait 5 freaking more months until baseball again, which is on my birthday, March 30th, 2023, away in Miami.
Yes.
If it was home, I totally would have gone
23?
23.
Dude.
I know.
What?
I don't get it.
I don't
get it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. All righty then. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so I got into baseball last year because MLB The Show 21 came out.
I love the show, bro.
And honestly, I got back. I don't know how I got back into it. I think because some of my buddies that play PlayStation.
The show is so underrated.
Dude, I got back into it. I was playing Diamond Dynasty. I was like, who the hell is this chunky boy Vlad Guerrero? This guy is hitting dingers. And I started using him. I was cooking dudes. I was, man, watching him come on, the bases come out. I'm like, yo, this boy is my dog.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, he plays for the Blue Jays. I turn on, I like the color scheme.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, oh, they got a little young Stel Bobichette. What?
Yeah.
Dude from the Brayton, Connecticut. George Springer.
Right.
What?
Right.
They got some guys over there.
Dogs.
Let me go to Canada, eh?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? So, I grew up a Yankees fan. Just because, Mariano, my mom and dad would always make jokes. Oh, you're related to Mariano Rivera, all that shit.
Best reliever of all time. Best closer of all time.
Yep. And, I mean, Diaz is getting there. Really... You know how it goes.
I've seen that live. It is
electrifying.
So cool.
One of the greatest entrances in sports. Never mind.
Right.
Yes.
So cool.
But yeah, so fell out of my love for baseball because, man, honestly, if I didn't play football and I stuck with baseball, even if I wasn't good at it, that was supposed to be the sport I was raised and bred to play.
Yeah.
I got hit by 2 pitches in a game. Done. I quit. Never played again. Never picked up a bat again. I was done. That was in like 4th, 5th grade. And obviously muscle memory, everything takes its course, especially through puberty. And as you get older and stronger, I missed that whole process. So my what was supposed to be path of playing baseball never came to fruition. Because I just got whacked by 2 balls. I was like, dude, if this has to be every game, fuck that. I can't do it. It takes a man or just a really strong mental fortitude and everything type of person to get in that arena.
I'm good.
And just have to have dudes throwing freaking haymakers at you.
I'm good.
Unreal, yeah.
I'm
good too. Can't even see the ball.
Tell me that I have to get into a box when it's Diaz in front of me and he's throwing 101, 102 fastball inside, outside. It's like, and you have like not even a second to react. And then once you get used to
guess
that,
where the pitch is.
And then once you get used to that, here's a 92-mile-an-hour slider going down and away from me. It's unhittable. He had a great season.
Yeah, seriously. And I've never even seen a ball in person, like maybe even past like 60.
Dude, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you have to, man, that's why MLB players make so much money, especially the best hitters, because they have eyesight that just the regular person doesn't have. It takes a special player and a special person to see these balls coming at them. You know?
And I'm, like I said, diehard Mets fan, but I've got a lot of friends that are Yankees fan, and my dad grew me up to hate the Yankees, and I still do, dislike the Yankees.
Yep.
Wouldn't say hate, because I got a lot of friends that, are big Yankees fans, and so I kind of follow them a little more, and I respect them, and bro, Judge is a monster, and for him
and
to
a contract year
and to bet on himself.
How can you afford him?
I freaking wish he won that Triple Crown, but once he was trying to get that 62, they just weren't pitching to him.
I know. That's so disgraceful.
No one wanted to be that trivia question. Who was the pitcher that gave up that record-breaking home run. But
and fun fact, it was against the Blue Jays.
Yeah, of course, of course. And the guy who caught his home run is like a billionaire. He's a vice president.
Who's
of like,
keeping the ball?
Like Fisher Investments. He's worth millions or billions.
Wow.
And he catches the ball. It's like, God damn it. Like, give me like a homegrown fan that catches that ball. And like, I said this to my mom. If like I caught that ball, the only thing I'm asking for are tickets for life. Have the ball. I don't really want it. Just give me tickets for life. That's all I want.
Yeah, fair. That's totally fair. What?
Sick. I don't need money. Just bring me back to the sport. I just want tickets for life. So
I respect that. And free food and all that other stuff.
Oh, fuck me. Might as well.
Food, drinks, yeah.
Give me a free beer on it.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
But I, follow all facets of baseball. I'm on the side of I think Ohtani is
the MVP?
Overrated. Hot take.
Really?
Hot take. Overrated.
You think Shohei Ohtani is overrated? I would love to
Talked
hear
about
this.
too much, I think.
Okay, so overhyped.
Overhyped. I think he
or
is.
Or you think just the media's on the schmeat?
Yeah. All down his schmeat.
Same thing with Burrow.
I mean, but like, I get it. He deserves it. He is doing what no player's ever done. Not even Babe Ruth, because Babe Ruth pitched and then he hit. He didn't do it at the same time. He's doing it at the same time. And he's putting up unreal numbers. And I get that. But how are we going to give him MVP every single year just because he does this?
Oh, I don't...
He's not going to win MVP. It's going to be judged.
Yeah, he only won it once, though.
He won last year.
Yeah.
But
that's only once. So how does that make him overhyped?
Just because talked about
I know.
I go to Sports Center and like Angels suck.
But the thing is though, is you have a player like that, and he's the reason why baseball is being relevant again.
It's true,
dude. Like
I don't know. A traditionalist.
Yeah,
I'm definitely a traditionalist, and my dad grew me up that way.
Yeah,
and that's why I really didn't like the universal DH to the NL too, because it kind of gets rid of that strategy of a manager. Yeah. But I'm definitely a traditionalist, and I'm thinking, he deserved MVP last year, but Vladdy Jr. had a just outstanding year, almost won the Triple Crown last year. Was a few stats behind, but like he didn't get a single first place vote. Like Ohtani was unanimous. Like I don't know. Like Vladdy was the best hitter in the American League last year. Not even he was the best at what he did.
Yeah.
Like he was the best. So like for him not to get that's just my one qualm. It's like I just think that he should have gotten it. Yeah. But I'm starting. I will say I'm starting to kind of fall. For Ohtani, he's just doing stuff that no one's ever done. And
dude, and using him in the show is so fun.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, dude, he paints freaking Mona Lisa's left and right. Yes,
his pitching numbers.
Dude, he added apparently. I think it was a sinker or something.
Yeah, he changed his fastball from like just a regular to like a sinker.
No, but he said that he doesn't have a sinker in his arsenal. And I think he saw someone try it once in the All-Star game. I'm going to try it in a real game. Oh, yeah, now it's actually not only in my arsenal, I could throw a bet as good as anybody.
Yeah.
Like, how does that... that doesn't make sense.
He is getting better. His pitching numbers are better. His hitting... he didn't have as many home runs, but his average was up. He's becoming a more well-rounded hitter.
Yeah.
I'm just a traditionalist. I'm thinking, this guy's just so new, something we've never seen before, but he really is, I guess.
So the thing with baseball is I don't know what the hell's going on from back then to now. I'm still learning my history about the steroid era and all those other eras and everything like that. Barry Bonds the GOAT.
Barry Bonds deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Easily.
That's my GOAT from what I've seen. But, which is so stupid with baseball. There comes a point where you can't even be on the ballot anymore. How stupid is that? I mean, it's so stupid.
I don't even really understand.
No, it's so stupid. And you have the journalists are the ones voting them in. Like, bro, let the people decide. What are we doing?
Right.
So back to the Blue Jays. Became a fan of them. Just said, I'm a rock with this team. They're fun to watch. Young studs. These dudes are like a little older than me, so that's pretty cool. And I got into this team or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And just seeing all these Hispanics, even across the league, like we said, Acuna, Juan Soto. Yeah. You got Shohei Ohtani, foreigners, just people who aren't from the U.S. and they're coming to the U.S. and bodying everybody.
And they are showing up, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that these minorities that are superstars, Lindor. I love Lindor.
Mr. Smile.
Dude,
how can you hate him?
He's awesome, dude. I Dude, I've said this. If this blows up, dude, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be switching my hair up a bunch. Like, and I do a bunch, but like, dude, you might catch me with like some blue going,
Sick,
or like
dude.
some like,
Fuck
dude,
yeah.
Lindor rocks it. Jazz Chisholm, love it when he messed with the hair.
I love Jazz. Yes.
Fire.
Just like
Yes.
there's these new guys coming in and like
just got this-
reigniting baseball.
Yes,
And like,
it's awesome to see.
you know, I feel for Jazz because he's on such a crappy. Well,
And he got
they're
hurt.
getting better, and he got hurt. But like, bro, they play the game with like so much. They just play like they understand it's a kid's game,
Yes.
and they're just having fun with it instead
Yes.
of like a job. And it's like so much fun to watch.
Love to see it.
It's so great.
But yeah, so I watched a lot of Blue Jays games this year too, man. And for me to be, oh my God, like I'm gonna watch this team finally make the playoffs. This is pretty cool. And then they're going against these Mariners. And I watched a game earlier, a couple weeks before that, maybe a month or so, and the Mariners were giving them work. And I was like, dude, remember this? But hey, you never know. Blue Jays got really, really hot towards the end of the season. I'm like, oh, they'll be all right. So, if I'm not mistaken, Mariners took game one because when we lost, you lost. When the Mets won, Blue Jays won. Yeah, there was like a weird thing going on there. So when we lost, I was like, dude, I'm so sorry.
We texted each other. We're like, feel the pain. Yeah. Like,
yeah. So I heard that the Mariners had like the longest streak
21 years, 20
of
years.
like not being in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Really long drought.
I didn't give a shit. Go back home. Like, who wants you here? Because I'm trying to, And, dude, it's so unfortunate. It's ridiculous. The Blue Jays pitching is a joke. Just put me in there, might as well, dude. Like, they won't see my 40-mile-per-hour fastball coming.
Just Eufus pitch.
Seriously. And I'm just watching. They're up 9-1. I'm like, holy shit. They lost in 2, I think. They lost in 2. Because it was the forced game 3. I lied. I'm so sorry to the people. I lied to you people. They were up 9-1. That is like all she wrote.
Right.
There's no business.
Right.
The
Game's over.
probability, dude, like you probably had a better chance of winning the lottery than this team
over,
coming back to win. It's over. And then, dude, they take out their best pitcher, Kevin Gausman. 2 outs. 2 outs. Let him finish the inning. Take him out. Put another dude in, bases loaded, dinger, grand slam, and that's what got things going. 9-5. As a fan, I am concerned at that moment. I'm like, dude, is that normal?
There's a shift.
Do you take out your
feel
starting
it.
pitcher?
Yeah.
And I'm looking like a manager. I'm like, dude, what is going on here? And then all of a sudden they lost, and then the worst post you are feeling you can get as a sports fan is when the social media team of that team posts, better luck next year. You guys are so great. That is the worst post you can get for Patriots fans, Dodgers fans, fans of teams that always win. You either get that post super, super late before or after everybody else, or you don't get it at all. But, man, when your team loses, when you want them to win so bad. Better luck next year, guys. You guys were amazing. See you next year. Season's over. That's all she wrote. Like, fuck you.
Social media is just crazy because if you say something and it's on the media, it will come back to bite you. Vladdy saying, this is my house.
This is my house. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just got kicked out of your house.
Right.
Come on, dude.
The Mets, Spencer Strider said something like, oh, they got a bunch of lucky hits against me. Let's see how they do in October. That was brought up again.
Oh, my God.
And then just like, Mets are the first 100-plus
These
win
receipts,
team.
man. People take receipts.
Dude,
They keep them.
They find it. They just find a way to dig it.
They go
in
back
a
under the
little
mattress
deeper.
and they
I'm
take them out.
God damn it! I'm already hurting enough. Why are you doing this
Yeah,
to
it's
me?
so messed up.
I actually walked past Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
What?
When I worked at the Yard Goats.
Dude, he was there?
When he was in Double-A. Yeah.
Dude, how
Massive human being.
thick.
Ginormous. I walked past Bichette as well. I know. I was in a giant Dunkin' Coffee mascot. Let that be said.
You were a mascot?
I was.
That's awesome.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Dude, that's sick.
I got some. We'll go. That was the. Oof. That was a fun summer. I worked for the Yard Goats.
Keep talking. I just want to check this.
Yeah, no problem. And
All right.
and I walked past him. I'm like, huh? And like, so I only have like this little screen, so I have to like completely. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So I walked past him. I walked past Tim Tebow when he was playing for the Double-A Mets.
Tebow Mania? What?
I know. large human being, loves
He's
God.
huge. Great dude.
They love
That
Tebow.
dude can do that.
Was
That
never
dude-
going to play professional baseball.
No, dude, that guy. I don't care if you are working at a Burger King. That dude will get you ready to run through a wall. He'll be like, dude, we're gonna make these burgers best we can. We're gonna do it. We're gonna serve and make everybody happy and satisfied.
Pretty good Tebow impression.
No, that was terrible.
I
I
thought
don't
it
even
gave
remember.
me the same
Yeah,
sense
no,
of running
but
through a
still,
wall.
yeah, seriously.
But yeah, I worked for the Yard
Yeah,
Goats
you
for 2 summers, and then
Okay.
COVID happened, and then
Sick.
I couldn't work there. But
Damn.
yeah, so I would run I'd toss the T-shirts out, slingshot them. That was fun.
And this giant ass.
Not then.
Was
Like
it
I'd be.
like- oh, okay.
So in the first couple innings, we did a Dunkin' run. So it was like a hot coffee, iced coffee, and a donut. We ran. So the first season I did it, we ran from the end of the first base dugout behind home plate to the other end of the third base dugout. And not bad. Before we're doing it, I'm talking with my coworkers. We're like, all right, who's gonna win? How are we gonna make this interesting for the fans? Blah blah blah. First of all, I can't run that fast, period, if I don't have a mascot suit on me. And then put a mascot suit on me where my arms are just stuck in this position. And if I were to, I can't really fully move my legs because I hit the mascot. So it's difficult. And then the next season I did it, they changed it. And they made it from the end of the first base dugout around the warning track of the outfield. And then,
No.
dude, I'm out of breath by the time we're in
Center
left
field.
field. Yeah, center field, left field, right around there.
Yeah.
I'm just I did not win a single race that year. And even if there was one race where we said, okay, guys, I haven't won a single one. Please just let me win one.
Yeah.
So I did. I won one. That was cool. I was Chompers and Choo Choo.
Hell yeah. I don't know what that is, but good for
Those
you.
are the mascots that we have. The helmet's 15 pounds. Smells like shit. Smells like absolute crap. The amount of men that have sweat in that thing is fucking
Why
disgusting.
don't they fucking wash those
They
things?
do, but it's difficult. They're
Just put some Febreze in that bitch.
that we do. We have bottles on them, and they just smell terrible. And
Oh
so I say this to everyone: the 2 worst people as a mascot are those kids that are old enough to know you're not actually this giant green goat, and they know there's someone's in there, and they're trying to find your skin. So have had kids try to pull up my sleeves, or they'll get really close to my mask and be like, "I see you," and I'm like,
Oh, that is so creepy.
and rule 1 of being a mascot, you can't say anything. You can't.
You know what I would do? I would just slap the shit out of him.
And we have, a coworker of us, with us to make sure that, we can get out of places and we can,
Yeah.
and get out of crowds and stuff like that. So, and then the second worst people are those adults that have had one too many drinks, and they come up to you and they think you are just the greatest thing in the world. I've had women plastered try to jump into my arms. Why? I'm a goat. I'm a giant goat. Why they get so excited? They're they put a leg up, and I'm holding it. I'm like, dude, you have no clue who I am. I'm just a person in a goat costume, and you are drunk off your ass, having the time of your life. Maybe that. I mean, kudos to you, but for me, experiencing that, I'm like, bro, I do not get paid enough for this.
Yeah, for sure.
But that was fun. I mean, to work at baseball is cool.
Hell yeah.
That was dope.
That reminds me. So I'm gonna match your story real quick. Pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So I needed a job once I started college, and job I picked wasn't the best paying, but you know what? It was something, and it was. So it's right in Hartford, Connecticut, and it's called the Webster Theater. And there are some low-key artists that have been there. Drake's performed there before he popped off. Logic,
Wow.
the Baby, right before he took off,
Wow.
has been there.
Okay.
So some pretty good people. So I started working there as a bodyguard, right?
Okay.
Security, just
Right.
listen. I don't know no Bruce Lee, know how to whoop your ass
Right.
type shit.
Yeah.
All right, I just had the shirt. Maybe it was intimidating. No
Yeah.
clue. Just keep a straight face, mean mug. Nobody knows who you are, so they don't know that I'm like Winnie the Pooh type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, didn't know this. Metal bands are still a thing, pretty popping apparently in
yeah.
those underground type places.
Screamo kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And dude, I will say, rap concerts, mad chill. Dude, people are hella chill. you'd get people that would smoke, and smoking isn't allowed, but honestly, when the crowd starts going, nothing you can do about it.
Stop it.
Can't stop it. So, dude, listen, for future jobs in case I was to be working anywhere, wasn't my call.
Right.
I couldn't stop it. But listen, I got high off my ass. All right. Yeah. It was a giant hot box. It was ridiculous.
You couldn't help it.
So it became where I'm on guard to watching these people. So all of a sudden, I'm watching the concert like, yeah, dude.
Dude.
Yeah. So there were some pretty dope concerts. One time there was Chief Keef, which is pretty cool. Love Sosa. I mean, a lot of people played that before games and stuff. You might not know who he is, but NLE Choppa, I took a picture with that dude. He's always in the rap page. Yeah,
dope.
I archived it. I don't know why, but like I did. Dope. That was pretty cool. And some other rappers, Benny the Butcher, some other stuff. But those ones were cool, especially when we would go to Denny's after at like midnight, and people thought that we were smoking when we weren't, and we came in smelling like freaking just loud as hell. Okay,
right.
Yeah, and people be like, oh, you guys have a fun night? We're like, yeah, and then we're like, oh, shit, like, they think we're hot. They think we smell, and it's always funny because you can never smell it. Everyone else can.
Right.
But that was always chill. But the stories that I get to tell from these Screamo mosh pit concerts are something that will never, ever leave my brain. I don't care if I have Alzheimer's. Someone even mentions the Webster, I could tell you a story.
Yeah.
So, and the one concert that I'll never forget, it's this one. It was honestly the show before One Last Rap one before COVID hit, and it was this death metal satanic group.
Oh man,
like really bad. So as we said earlier, I'm out of faith. All right.
Yeah.
Never been a part of no holy wars or anything like that type deal, like back in the day, like BC or AD or around that time.
Yeah.
But in that moment of time, I was questioning a lot of things, holding my
cross a little
I
harder.
had my cross, dude. I'm looking around. You have people throwing up the horns, going "Hail Satan!" I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? What is going on? Apparently, the band they spattered actual blood, into the crowd and stuff. They didn't do it with us, but apparently that's what they did. They had actual dead animal heads, and they put them on stakes and attached them to the stage just as a little ritual. Apparently, one of my boys who I worked with was in the room where they were getting ready, and they did a satanic ritual with him in the room. And he was like, that was some like hereditary shit going on. So that was horrible. I felt terrible for him. I was like, dude,
I'm sorry.
That's a fat L. Sorry I wasn't in there with you, but I'm good. So I'm lined up on the stage, and you got these dudes looking like... You play the game Outlast? Video game Outlast?
I haven't played it, but I've seen
They look like they're out of an insane asylum type deal.
Yeah.
They also look like they're like hillbillies. Like, I don't know if you remember Gravity Falls, the old guy with the long beard.
Yep, exactly.
Looking like these crazy ass old dudes, and they're going rah, 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 and they're like, dude, what? But then you hear the Hail Satan. People in the crowd are going, yeah, Hail Satan. And the whole crowd's going, Hail Satan. And I'm just like, dude, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, this is not, I did not sign up for this. I'm about to quit on the spot.
Yeah.
I don't know how I stuck through it. I try to do my best to block out. It was so intense. Man, there are some sick people out there, dude. Really creepy people. I respect all the ideologies and stuff, but all that evil shit, keep it away from me. I'm all about positivity and all that. Love, peace, prosperity, all that. Horrible scene. Horrible night. I felt dirty. I was in the shower, just like, you ever see those movies where they pan in and the person's looking down in the shower, and it's just water? Dude, that was me for like an hour. I felt so dirty. Just not a good night. There was some really good light concerts though, laser beams everywhere, people going crazy, catching crowd surfers, fat people, get the fuck down, not kidding you, got a pat back, we're not doing that. Aside from that, it was cool catching people, so there was some cool concerts, but the death metal ones, they would get mosh pits going. People would go to those concerts, don't even like the music, they just want to push people around.
Dude, and
what the hell's up with that? You should like pushing people?
Some of them don't even know what's going on. Like they're on so many different drugs, and they get into that circle, and they quite literally are a zombie.
Yes.
And they're just extending their arms and then just hucking fists.
And it's funny because they were wearing masks before the pandemic. So I'm like, why are you doing that? Would you feel dirty or something?
Yeah.
I don't know, but then I learned.
Yeah.
But dude, these people are pushing people. They're it's called the two-step apparently.
Okay.
Big time dance move in that mosh pit grunge kind of group. The lead singer goes, "Open up the pit," and everyone just forms around
Oh
it. It
my
makes this
God.
giant circle, and a few people, they'll just get pushed in, and they'll start doing like stomping their feet, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you're in the groove, like, good for you, but dude, this is a little too much for me. They're stomping and pushing and swinging haymakers, and
Oh my God.
as funny as it is, because they're like, let me see your two-step, yeah! And then everyone's like doing helicopters and twirling. I was like, dude, this is
No, they really just do this,
Yeah.
and they just start going in circles.
so glad I experienced it,
Yeah.
but it's story to tell, but dude, crazy world we live in. COVID.
Ah, God. What a shitty time.
Obviously, COVID happened.
Yeah.
Still a thing, but we're
Manageable. Much more manageable.
exactly. Couldn't have said it better. And how did COVID affect you personally? Because for me, dude, I know it sucked.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
Because like we said earlier, when we graduated, I was down in the dumps. I learned how I was already quarantining before anybody even knew what the fuck that was.
Right.
Obviously
Right.
me. So I was already in my room all the time, never going outside. So I already had a little bit of experience under my belt when I heard that everyone had to stay inside. So, dude, I was thriving. I was like, dude, I'm going to show you guys the world. Like, I was like, this is like the Wizard of Oz. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm going to show you guys everything. Just trust me. And
Yeah.
Among Us was popping, and I was playing with some of my friends every night,
Yeah.
and it was a great time. Honestly, that's what made me low-key want to go outside more. So I would just go for walks and do stuff and find a way to figure that out. Obviously, socially distanced,
Yeah.
did all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, dude, I had a great time. And for those that found a way to learn to pause the brakes, evaluate your life, figure out where you're at, figure out what you want, I was like, dude, want to start a podcast? Let's do that.
Sick.
Here we are today.
Yeah.
And, I just kind of prioritized myself, figuring my shit out. And here we are. I know it sucked for most people. I know people, God rest their soul, who've passed away because of COVID, people that got really sick from it. My grandfather, he had Parkinson's, but because COVID happened, his brain rapidly decreased because he wasn't getting the more activity and seeing people as much. So that obviously didn't help, and just, it fucked with a lot of people, and it fucked with me in some ways. Somehow might be immune, or might be like the golden child. Never got sick from COVID, so we're chilling. But dude.
I commend you,
the whole 2020 experience, dude. I know it sucked for a lot of people. And listen, my heart is for you. I'm not trying to act like I'm perfect. I had such a great time, and that's like such a rare
It's awesome to hear, man.
amount. Yeah, because I know it fucked with so many people.
And you spend more time with yourself than you do with anyone else. So if you can't, it's difficult. And, because of COVID, mental health, it was talked about a lot more, which is great. That's a good silver lining. But, you spend more time with yourself than you spend with anyone else. So if you have a tough time, by yourself and finding ways to stay, engaged and do something, it's really hard, as it was. So during COVID, I stayed at my dad's because, my mom lives in Suffield now. My dad's in Kensington, so he's closer to my friends here in Newington. So I stayed there, but then COVID hit. He was a diabetic, so he was high risk. So that was a little difficult to navigate. When I would see my friends like maybe once a week, it was like, my dad's like, all right, have they been going out? It's like maybe they
had to monitor everything.
And it was really shitty. I had a girlfriend at the time. So like seeing her was really difficult. At one point, I saw her and then she got COVID. And then there was a scare between me and my dad, and we had to isolate and test. And at that time, lines for COVID testing were hours long.
Yeah.
And so that was scary. We at that during that instance, my dad and I never got it. Then I eventually got it, I think, at school. I was actually, shitty story, for my 21st birthday, I was in quarantine by myself.
That is terrible. I never got to celebrate 21st either. So hey, cheers to us, right? No.
So, but it's a memory. Like you just gotta, it's shitty and it sucked at the time. But I'm gonna be telling my kids like, oh, you're enjoying your 21st birthday? Well, oh no, during a whole ass worldwide global pandemic, I was stuck in a room.
And it sounds so funny because they don't understand. They're not gonna.
No one understood.
People are gonna read the history books. But what the hell was going on then?
We lived through history, which is crazy.
Yeah. Good luck passing our test.
You're not.
It's gonna suck.
But yeah, it was difficult. Were you at CCSU during COVID?
I was.
School was tough.
Insane. I was at a play the day before CCSU shut down.
Oof.
I was at a play finished. During the play, I was there for an assignment, and in the middle of the play, because I'm a diehard OKC Thunder fan, I'm checking the
I
score.
respect that too.
I'm checking the score.
Shit,
Yeah, Shea,
Oh,
Dort,
God,
all the boys.
love
Yeah,
them.
name
Dude,
them
it's
all.
fun to watch. Okay.
Dude, building a dynasty, Chet, and then
Poor Chet.
we got
his
30
friend.
first-round picks.
Yeah.
Gonna get that boy
Dude,
Victor
yeah.
from France.
Love it.
Come on.
Love it.
Yes. Checking the score, and all of a sudden, I'm looking at my phone. Chris Paul, at the time, who was there,
Right.
they all go back to the locker room. Everyone in the Utah Jazz goes back to the locker room.
Oh,
Earlier that morning, Rudy Gobert, he made fun of COVID and touched all the microphones and walked away.
Right.
And that same night, Rudy Gobert tested positive for COVID-19, and the NBA was shut down. And I saw everyone in the so I'm watching a play, okay? People are fucking acting on a little stage, and people in the crowd are enjoying it, and I'm looking like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like I thought it was like a zombie apocalypse. I'm like, dude, is this shit for real? And I'm like this. So everyone's happy to play, and I'm just like, this what the fuck? So, all of a sudden, I start whispering to people, dude, they just shut down the NBA. What is going on? Yeah. And they're like, dude, are you serious? After the play, we were talking about it more. I said, dude, this is not good. Went home, woke up late, slept in. Don't worry about, nothing to worry about. I get an email. CCSU, COVID, blah, blah, blah. You must evacuate campus, go back to your homes. We'll do it again. They handled it as poorly as possible. They didn't say, if you're in this building or this part of campus, you may leave first.
They just said, get out.
30 minutes, get out.
Jeez.
I saw snap stories of people screaming and just chaos. Hour-long traffic just to leave that campus to get into town or wherever, and people were just freaking the fuck out, and rightfully so. Yeah. But dude, I was home chilling. I was like, it sucks. I'm a commuter, don't live there. But COVID was, man, what a time COVID was.
So yeah, COVID, I think it shut down around March, February.
Shit hit the fan. Shit hit the fan early March.
Yeah, and so that was my sophomore year, and I still to this day, sophomore year of college was my best year of college. Like, I was living with my best friend, and our room setup was sick. Everything was going awesome. Every party on a Saturday with the volleyball team was perfect. Like, looking back at it, I wish I could just cherish those moments a little more. And COVID has allowed me and taught me to do that more.
Yes.
But that was my best year. Junior year with COVID was tough at Springfield because, we had room, guest limits. So if you were like in a double, you could only have 2 people over. And if you had 3 or more, you get written up. Yep. It led to suspensions, fines, and like all this stuff. And they were, locking it down. Like they were on it, which I respect. Like at that time, it was real scary for,
It was. Nobody knew what the hell to do.
No.
What was going on? People couldn't buy toilet paper. Yeah. It's crazy.
And like where we had all our parties and where our team always hung out was a townhouse that held 8 guys. You could only have 3 people there. Like only 3. Damn. So that was tough. And then coming into my senior year, the fall semester was a little restricted, but like by my final semester of school, 2022 this year. Wow, that's earlier this year. Whoa.
It through time.
Oh,
it's just
like that.
Yeah,
gone. 2 years, just
unreal.
Gone.
Yep. As if it never happened.
Yeah. And then I had a really nice senior year.
Yep.
I was dating my girlfriend for the first semester. We dated for almost 2 years, but just wasn't the healthiest relationship. Just a lot of toxic things came into play, and so we, broke up around January of this year. Awesome girl. Like, I'm not going to bash her ever. She was awesome. She was amazing. She's super smart, but, it just didn't work out between us, which is, that's just how relationships work. Sometimes it just doesn't, work. But after we broke up, like, wow, like I was like, wow, this is happiness.
Whole new world.
It was because, I didn't hang out with my friends as much when I was dating her and all this stuff. So I went to the bar more with my guys, and so my senior year turned out really well. I got closer to some other people that I never knew.
Absolutely.
So, I think, I'm hearing the way we talk, and I think we're doing a really good job just taking the positive out of things. And you have to. Like,
absolutely.
Life is so shitty. You just have to roll with the punches and take the small victories.
Absolutely.
I'm like, geez, I'm getting chills. This is a great conversation.
I know. We've had hey, I told you, man.
It's like, yeah, it was just a special time. Like, you just got to cherish those times.
Absolutely. You've been very generous with your time, and I really appreciate that. Just so I remember, I told you 3 things.
Yes.
That I wanted to hit you with before you. And hey, I got all the time in the world.
Yeah.
But 3 things. And we're gonna start with this. Favorite music album.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be necessarily favorite, but one you highly recommend.
So I always struggle with music because I always pick and choose, and I'm I never really felt like I had a musical identity really. I never was this is my artist. But Happier Than Ever, Billie Eilish, no skips. I saw that. It's outstanding poster. Yep. Billie Eilish has the voice of an angel.
She's incredible.
She's awesome. That album is amazing.
Billy Bossa Nova.
Oh, Haley's Comet.
Yes.
Male Fantasy, Happier Than Ever.
She's awesome.
She's dope.
She's wonderful.
So I guess right now, if I were to choose a favorite album, that's no skips for me. I'm listening front to back.
That's awesome.
Happier Than Ever.
And I will die on this hill. I love it when I hear men or males just talk about female artists. Yeah. I love it. I will die on that hill. Yeah. Bro, you see it? I got Ari, Dua Lipa, these are
artists.
Yes,
bro,
they make
singers.
Amazing music. It is okay to listen to other genders and other genres of music.
It's crazy that we even have to think about
it. No, it's never been a problem for me. But I love that recommendation. Favorite movie or show, or both, or one that you would recommend to the people at home?
We were talking earlier. Got your Goodfellas. I just watched Goodfellas and Godfather. Godfather's a great movie. Dark Knight. I rewatched that 2 or 3 times this summer. That's outstanding. But still, I will say Shawshank Redemption. Just
one of the greatest of all time.
It's just amazing. It's just awesome.
It's perfect.
Great movie. Show. Probably gonna go with an anime.
Okay.
Yeah. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Someone highly recommended that to me. Haven't seen it yet.
Now, I don't rewatch shows because I don't really like knowing what's gonna happen. I've only done it once.
Okay.
It's for Full Metal.
Wow.
I rewatched it.
How many episodes? A lot?
No, maybe 25 to 30.
That's doable for me.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I'll get to it then. So, did you also see Full Metal Alchemist or just Brotherhood?
I started with, that was my very first anime was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I didn't watch the first one. I never have because it's just the same story except Brotherhood's better. They've tweaked some things.
That's what I heard.
They've tweaked some things.
So then I'll just watch Brotherhood.
Yeah. They're just the same story, just Brotherhood just kind of tweaks some endings, but the characters, the growth, the fighting, the power system,
wonderful.
Oh, dude, it's so good. So good.
What other animes have you seen or would you recommend?
Oh, dude, I got a list.
Because I just saw Vinland Saga. Don't know if you've seen it.
I've watched a couple episodes. I know it's really good.
Dude.
Haven't really.
Dude.
Yeah.
The last couple episodes, I was like, dude, I'm sold. Into that, obviously, I've seen Dragon Ball Z since I was freaking 10, 11.
The opening for Dragon Ball Z Kai, I think I know every word.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I will if I don't know what to listen to in the car, I'll just put on anime openings. They're fire, dude.
I think not only are you correct in that, the Naruto, have you
Bluebird?
Is that the one that I'm thinking?
Maybe, I don't know.
Just Naruto
and they had Naruto
Shippuden.
Yep.
Some of the greatest theme songs I've ever heard in my life.
Great.
The Auri, is that the blue?
It's blue. Yep. Oh, dude, slaps.
I was bored yesterday. I looked it up. I was like, dude, this is incredible. I love it. I never finished Naruto though. I stopped right after Pain. I'm gonna get back into it.
So I played the video games, which were a lot of fun.
I have them downloaded on my PS5.
And at the time, I didn't really realize that the video games were actually following the story of the show.
Yep.
so I kind of just knew everything that was happening without having to watch the show.
Wow.
So I never really got into the show. You know,
Yep.
there's a lot of filler, and you know, when there's big series like that, I'll just watch YouTube videos because I love the fight scenes, because the fight scenes in Naruto are peak fiction. Just
Incredible.
awesome.
Yep. Can you explain? And
Yep.
I every person I have on that
Yep.
loves anime, can you defend anime real quick? Because for these people, if they enjoyed Cartoon Network and SpongeBob and Nickelodeon and Nick
It's
Jr.,
like Cartoon Network,
it's
but for
literally
for
Adult
Japan.
Swim or just
Yeah.
mature cartoons. That's
It's-
all it is.
It's just a
perfect.
different story. It's
Yes.
fiction.
Yes.
It's like Adventure Time. That's fiction. Regular show, fiction. These are just fiction shows that are fucking awesome.
And it's great.
And like the fantasy and the fight scenes. I got into some rom-coms. Like there's some good rom-coms there.
Wow.
But yeah. I mean, I think anime is moving into like more mainstream.
Yeah.
You know, more like, I guess, accepted.
Have you seen Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
All of it?
No. Not the final season.
Dude.
But like, so I actually,
So good.
so I don't know what, you know, compelled me to watch it. Obviously, you know,
Sub or dub?
Dub. Or, yeah, dub.
You've been watching Attack on Titan in dub?
In English, yeah.
No.
Usually. I mean, if I have to read it subbed, I will, but
No,
So I have
the
a-
voices in sub are
I'm just lazy.
godly. I know.
Yeah.
But the voice, dude, I don't know how they say Aaron's name in English. Aaron! Bro, in sub they go, Aaron Yeager. Oh my god.
Also, you just put up something on your story a couple days ago that I love to say. Bunkai.
Bunkai!
Bunkai. Come on.
Hey! Wait, have you
Bunkai.
seen all of Bleach?
No. But like I've seen,
I watched
Bleach
all of
is one of those
Bleach.
shows where I just watch the fights because they're fucking
good.
awesome.
I watched all of it in dub. I
watched
didn't know, but
the
dude, the new episode came out.
Oh,
Saw
I
it in
watched the
sub.
I watched until the Soul Society arc.
So
But
good.
really good.
Scatter. Oh my god, bro. Such a good show.
But Scatter.
That's Byakuya Kuchiki. He's in the
Oh, with the pedals.
yes.
Yep.
Scatter.
That's a good one. Shit, man, I got a list on my phone. I'm actually just gonna. I got it.
Go ahead, man.
It's mad long.
If there's anything I could add to my list, by all means, because I have a ton.
I got animes I've watched.
Yeah.
Jeez. So like, just
Yeah, I got the
got
whole
like a
list too.
long list.
That's incredible.
Um,
Dude, send that to me.
Yeah, will
send
do.
it to me.
Soul Eater.
That's on my list.
Great.
I started it. Put it on pause for Demon Slayer though, because I really want to see Demon Slayer. Wait,
How far are you in Demon Slayer?
like episode 5 or 6?
Wait, in the first season?
Yeah. Does it get even better?
Oh my god.
It gets better.
Oh my god. Like,
No. I have told everyone I want to see the show with the guy with the red eyes and the red hair. He looks so cool, and they go, "It's an okay show." And I'm like, no, I'm like, no. Some good friends of mine, and I keep telling them, no, I will not let you call this a mid show. I am going to love everything about this show. So far, it's been really solid. So far, and dude, the earrings that the guy
they're so
wears.
sick.
I saw a girl wearing them today, and I was like, dude, give me them right now.
sick.
I'm gonna wear them.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, look, I got the Dragon Ball Z, the fusion
and
earrings.
oh, dope.
I got the fusion earrings.
Oh, sick.
So like, and I got the blonde hair, like
Nice.
Vegito, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So yeah,
So you're in season 1.
yes. So does it go season 1, then a movie, then 2? If I'm correct.
So like the first half of 2 is just the movie in episode form. So
I could look it up and figure out.
yeah, I didn't watch the movie. I watched the episodes as
Have
they
you heard the
came
movie's
out.
good?
I watched the movie,
Okay.
and it's it is quite literally just the same
it-
thing
is it really
as the
good?
show. It's awesome. The ending fight scene's amazing.
Okay.
The last fight of season 2 is the greatest fight I've ever seen.
oh,
Greatest
stop.
animated fight I've ever
Oh
seen.
my God.
Like, it's so visually amazing.
That's what they say that makes the show so incredible.
It's
that
the art is outstanding.
Okay.
And that
I love that.
Season 1's awesome. So what's happening right now?
So, great question. Tanjiro's his name, right?
Yeah.
So, he was training his ass off, which
Yep.
is so hyped to see.
Yep.
They're still trying to figure out how to get his sister right or fixed.
Right.
And he was training, And then all of a sudden, he was trying to slice that bowl or whatever.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, he slices it. And the guy's like, wait, he spoke to those people? How did he do that?
Yeah.
And I left off right around there. I'm going to...
Oh, my God. It just gets so much better.
Really?
It just gets so much better.
That's incredible.
Just, like,
that's so good
just
to hear.
Keeps...
That's very good to hear.
And, like, I didn't, I think I was because my friend's senior year, we're watching it for the first time. And I'm rewatching season 1. I'm like, holy shit, this show's like legit.
Yes.
Like, and it's like a new show, so it kind of gets shit on a little bit because it's not as good as like some of these older ones. No, this deserves to be up there with some of those great ones.
Yes.
Hunter x Hunter, it's
That's
long.
on my list.
It's quite long. The Chimera Ant arc is very, very long. But news just came out that they're restarting it, which is awesome.
Have you seen One Piece, or have you been watching One Piece?
I've watched 250 episodes.
I'm right around there.
I'm in Skypiea, but I stopped.
I
think it's
Skypiea. I think Skypiea is past 250, I think.
Oh,
actually, you might be towards the end of it. But I'm in the late 200s or mid 200s as well.
It's hard. Like, I grinded it for a couple months.
It's a grind. So what I did was, I'm going to grind a couple arcs, pause, watch this, saw Vinland Saga, started Demon Slayer, saw my movies. I'm sure you've seen, maybe you haven't. I post like what I've seen recently or have been watching.
I love them.
Yeah, so I like.
How is Graveyard of the Fireflies? I've heard it.
Tears. Tears. I didn't even know what it was about.
I've just heard that it's heartbreaking. Just shatters you.
My heart gone.
Yeah.
Yes. Very. And the thing is that I love most is because I can set it up on the TV. I know hella streams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just put it on the TV.
Right.
I sit back and I'm just locked in. So, and plus, because whether it was from lit to film, being inspired back in high school, I don't know where my love
I don't
for
watch movies the same now because of
I don't either. I
look at a frame and I'm like, wow, that's signifying this because the shadows are like
yes,
this.
And incredible angles and the cameras and the writing and everything.
The camera's shaking to show the chaosness. Wow, this would be a lot different if it wasn't shaking.
Yeah, it's incredible, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love every aspect of it. I took 2 acting classes in college that went towards credits.
Dope.
I was in improv, performed on a stage once. That was pretty fun.
Dope.
Even though I still have stage fright, but dude, like it's cool learning about that realm and then. Learning how to also apply to like life and stuff. It's so cool. So yeah.
One Punch Man
on my list.
Very funny. It's just that's a just solid. Good watch.
Yep.
Mob Psycho 100. It's very good.
Okay.
It's just kind of about a kid that has psychic powers, but like is like this little runt, and like he works for a guy that says he's a psychic.
Yeah.
And just scams people out of their money.
Yeah.
But he's like really funny, and that's a great show. I really like My Hero Academia, but I'm behind on that.
Yep.
I watched Black Clover as it was...
Just told to put that on my list yesterday.
As I was like... I watched it so much that I got caught up to date with it, and then I stopped watching it, and now I don't know where I left off.
Yep.
So that sucks, because that show's really good.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
On my list.
Also great fight scenes, really good new show.
I gotta get to this Demon Slayer fight scene. I'm so anxious for that. Yeah.
I highly recommend Code Geass.
On my list.
So I was watching a TikTok and they were explaining, if you like this about an anime and it's just talking like all these things it's talking about, I'm like, it's gonna say Attack on Titan, and it's Code Geass, and I'm like, whoa, like, awesome.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of like political shifts and like. Just like Attack on Titan, where you think it's one problem, and then it zooms out, and it's like, that's not it. And then it's just like,
unreal.
Holy crap.
Unreal.
Yeah, I mean, have you watched Erased?
Nope.
That's a good one.
Okay.
I'll send you this list.
Yep.
Fire Force.
Everyone keeps saying, "Did you need to watch Fire Force?"
That one's good. I think that one's just like a solid, just kind of typical.
Everyone keeps telling me to watch it. I just saw an episode of Chainsaw Man last night.
That was really good. I just watched that last night, too.
It was really good. The fighting was dope. The gore and all that. But
I thought the concept was cool, too.
Really cool. I still don't know how I feel about how he looks. But like the whole head and like
the head is alright, but the arms, how it like kind of like splits down like that.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to get used to it, but I thought the fighting itself was cool.
It was really cool.
But yeah,
big anime.
As you could tell, anime is wavy. It's the wave.
Cool,
it's so
man.
cool, and it's always the coolest people that love anime.
Right.
They're the ones that are into it. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Last thing.
You're right.
Words of wisdom or words of advice to our people, and this tradition started. I made a summer documentary. Most people didn't know about that or have seen it. For those interested, just hit me up. I can share it with you on Google Drive. Just saying. But yeah, in the documentary, I don't know why I started doing it, but I'll just go up to people and just put a camera in their face and say, yo, what you gotta say to the people? Like, give me some words of advice or something. And I think it's actually a really nice thing. So the floor is yours.
So like the first bit of advice that like initially came to my mind was I think a counselor told me a lot of people when they're having a conversation they listen to respond and they don't listen to understand. And I think that right there explains a whole lot about why people just can't get along, because you're not listening. Listening is a skill. Listening is something that you grow and get better at. So, if you're struggling to understand someone, sit down with them, have a conversation. We're becoming adults, and that's just a part of life that you're just going to have to sit down with someone that you have some, qualms with. Just sit down, understand them about who they are and why they feel this way. And you'll, get to understand that, and you'll be able to move past it and go on with life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was very well said, man.
Thank you.
I could close it here unless there's any last things you want to get off your chest or say. But this was an incredible time.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Wonderful. I think we're just about 2 hours or around there. So
Sweet.
That was awesome, man.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna end it there. That was very well
Appreciate
said.
you having me.
Yeah, anytime, man.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you guys for listening and watching. You're a very big guest for coming on, by the way. Thank you so much for coming on. My heart is with all of you guys. Please, please, please show your support, comment, like, subscribe. Hit me up if you think that there's anything I need to change my flow. I'm open to criticism, I promise you. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you so much once again for coming on. My heart is with you all. And with that said, ciao for now. Thank you.